One really big aspect of being a YouTuber, and a really pleasant one, is that you get to meet all the different types of all the different people out there. You get to talk to them in your comment sections. Sometimes they even come to your Discord server themselves, and you can talk to them about anything that you want. And most of the times, they're nice people. But sometimes, when your videos blow up very quickly, and you don't have the credibility yet behind your actions and behind your results, but you know that your advice is worth it, but many people just won't recognize you, then yeah, you will get a lot of hate comments. You will get comments like, you're stuck in a hamster wheel, you don't know what you're doing, self improvement is just an illusion, even though I'm getting knowledge on a day to day basis and I'm becoming stronger mentally, physically, financially, and in my social intelligence by every single day. But whatever. And there was this one time where I got this comment, and it wasn't even purely positive, but it wasn't even purely negative. It was a right in between. It was this guy telling me that, oh, it's so incredible that you're part of the 99% of people. I wish that I could be a part of that golden ratio. And I just looked at him like, is this guy for real? Like, I know that in my videos, I talk about stuff like, oh, I'm better than 99% of people. But I don't say it because of ego. I say it because it is just a fact. Like, when you think about it, 99% of your classmates are right now playing video games, scrolling on social media, doing any kind of different bad habits. They're escaping their challenges that they need to face as men and as strong women also. Like, they need to learn how to cook and they need to develop any kind of skill and they are running away from it. And yet you're still here watching our clan and improving day by day. So doesn't that just gets to show on what trajectory we are on in life? I read books every single day like strong men create good times. What any young man reads those kinds of books on a day-to-day basis? Probably like only the top 10% of people, but only like the top 1% of people actually make it to the very end. And so, yeah, I get to actually say that I'm better than them, but not in a egotistical kind of way, but it is just a fact, and everyone must accept it. Because 99% of people do not put in any kind of effort to surpass me, but that's besides the point. It is a thing that I often talk about, but it is not something that I will just casually bring up in a day to day conversation. It is only like a self improvement topic that I talk about on our clan, but it is not something that you should talk about out in public. So that really got me that that guy was really needy of becoming a part of the 99% of people. His mindset was completely wrong. Because this is how it goes. When you're needy for something, like for status, for money, for woman, for any kind of delayed pleasure, then you will detract it away from you. It will get repulsed by you. It will get disgusted by you. And that's exactly what I kind of became at first sight. But then I would just brush it off as a normal hate comment if I saw that comment like around a year ago before I wasn't that advanced in my self evolution journey. But now I was kind of interested in this guy. So I responded to him, saying stuff like, oh, it's okay. If you just have the willingness to improve, to read, to gain new information, then all of it will be fine and you will make it eventually. And that guy responded to me, but why? Don't you think that this gets overwhelming after a while? Don't you think that after some kind of a time, you will just get bored of it, of not seeing any kind of results? And even if you do see some, you still need to grind even further? What is the point of that? And then I asked, and then I replied to him, saying stuff like, yeah, I know. It is a constant challenge indeed, but that's what's the beauty of it. You will never get complacent in this life. Yeah, sure. You can view it as a bad thing and say stuff like, oh, I don't want to improve because it will never end and it is a constant challenge and I'm a little pussy because I don't want to face the daily life tests and I'm too weak. But you can grab life by its balls. You can find a purpose in life that will challenge you on a day to day basis through feminine energy and you get to improve in it every single goddamn day. And this guy had the wrong mindset. He wasn't looking at it as he wasn't looking at self improvement as something that he should challenge, as something that he could leverage, but something to break him. And then he responded to me saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, I know. I know that I should just motivate myself, but when I was your age, I did go through a self-improvement phase of my own, but it didn't go anywhere." And then I became really interested in that guy. I started to deeply analyze him, and eventually I came to the conclusion that that poor man succumbed to the pressure by the 99% of people and of his surroundings. there's a diff- there's a reason why I actually make these kinds of videos and why I actually created this clan in the first place and our Discord clan as well, so that people can actually talk about self-improvement topics like good habits, like meditation, gratitude journaling, about exercising, about becoming stronger financially and improving their social intelligence with actual high quality people. There's a reason for that. Well, a couple of reasons, but the main one is that we are deeply held back by our surroundings, and I completely saw this on this guy. Back then, I'm guessing that he is probably like 20 years older than me, and back then, internet wasn't as advanced as it is right now, of course, and so he didn't have access to online communities like ours, so he couldn't talk about self-improvement topics in there. And so, unfortunately, this poor soul never got to access the strong mindsets that will truly mend you and literally put you on the path towards becoming the best version of yourself. He never got that. He probably never had a strong father, and this is all just guessing, by the way. This is just my observations and my realizations that I've come to. So I could be totally wrong. He could be probably son of some successful billionaire, and I will never know. The possibilities are limitless. This is just my guess on what this guy's background is. He probably never had his father sit him down and talk about actual appropriate and significant topics with him. So he probably got raised by a feminine mom that just gossips all the time, that just gets angry at everyone all the time, who never challenges herself. And yeah, and that right there was basically the end of the conversation. I didn't respond to him any further. Not because I wasn't interested in him anymore, but because I didn't want to stir the bag any longer. And I didn't want him to possibly lash out at my questions because, yeah, it was like a minefield. I didn't know where to step any further so that he wouldn't explode on me. So I just decided to slowly back off. And that was the end of the conversation. And in the end, what I got from that was a little more empathy for the people around me because there may be actual high quality people in my local surroundings. There may be actually people who need these kinds of mindset shifts. There are people out there who genuinely want to improve themselves, but they don't know where to start. Like possibly him. He wanted to become the best version of himself also. He wanted to live that he wanted to live that entrepreneur uh, lifestyle where he would work on some kind of an online business, like for example a social media page, and he would sell some kind of a course on or a one-on-one mentorship, and he could travel anywhere he wanted to. But he never came to that because he never realized that the true information that he needs is not like bullshit community posts, but actual books and stuff like that. But it is true that at that time, there weren't true high quality books out there on entrepreneurship, and especially the online ones. So our boy was lost, and he has succumbed to the pressure. And now he's right there. He never had the awkward conversation with his parents, telling them about his true ambitions and stuff like that. He never faced them, and I just felt sorry for him. And all this motivated me even more to work on our clan, to continue pumping out these videos on a day to day basis. The main thing that I got from that conversation was the motivation to grow even further, to expand even faster, to create more high quality videos. And that's exactly what is the skill that you must develop. It is the skill of analyzing life on a day to day basis. Because you can look at this guy both ways. You can either look at him as a weakling who didn't grab life by its balls and who and who is a loser. And yeah, sure, you could flame the absolute shit out of him for not trying any further. And that is one way of looking at it. Or you can have the other way of looking at it in the brighter light, the light that will benefit not just him, because you finally feel empathetic with him, and he finally has someone that he can trust emotionally, for example. But you also benefit from it also. You get to leverage it for motivation and stuff like that. You never know through what kind of situations others may be going through right now. And this doesn't just apply to relationships, it applies to wealth and health also. Like, for example, if you're not gaining any kind of muscle in the last like month, then you can review your exercises and you can try to progressively overload them so that you could see more muscle in the future. Or, for example, you can progressively overload your meditation session also so that you can become more mindful eventually. And you can also analyze your YouTube videos or your website that you use for your business, for example, and you can say to yourself, how can I improve this? Does my dream customer really want to see this? You must look at every single life test that life throws at you with a sense of adventure. Every single life test that life throws at you every single day. Like, for example, that guy. I could have just let him be, but I wanted to adventure him into future. I wanted to find out more about him, how he's actually like. The next time I actually don't get any views on a video, I try to review it and see what I did wrong. The next time I don't see any kind of progress in my physical body, I try to re-examine my exercises and progressively overload them. The next time I, I don't see any kind of improvement in my mindfulness, I try to meditate more times per day. And then in the future, I know what to do exactly when this life test comes again. Life is a constant struggle, and you must use it to completely make yourself into the best version of yourself. Life is all about gathering life lessons that you get to remember and that you get to constantly refine on a day to day basis. It is all about your point of view, and you must analyze life constantly for these new life lessons, because otherwise you will be lost and you will be like that guy, probably. So please, change your point of view from the destructive one to the positive one and embrace challenges and look at everything as a win. Every loss gives you some kind of life lesson to use. And by the way, man, if you're still watching this video and you know who you are, I only wish you the best in life, brother. I hope that this clan will serve its purpose and this will put you on the right path. Or you don't have to watch me. There are thousands of better self-improvement YouTubers out there from which you can learn from. There are so many good books out there where you can learn from, and so many better podcasts than I do right now. But I hope that you find basically like the right path through our clan. Okay? I only wish you the best in life. So I hope that you become the best version of yourself, even with all of the responsibility that you may have right now. If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like-minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true, blood-bonded brothers with whom you can talk about anything on a day-to-day basis and who will give you life advice whenever you need it, then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, harness it and stop being held back by the 99% of people and join us on the path towards greatness. I know that you'll find your place in there. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most, and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee you success in the long term and in the short term by absolutely mending the fuck out of your mental health and by getting you on the right path, no matter the challenge, no matter the life test, you will always succeed, no matter what. Then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Readers Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life-changing, and you would be a fool to miss out. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you